And then all of a sudden, Holy Priest has become the best priest healing spec.
Yeah, he was like that with every single class he ever played. Hunter, mage, whatever.
He never admitted, though.
Buffs.
He never admitted to what he played until he got fired. And then he was like, I play a Holy Priest.
Nah, it's all about that nerfing that Red Paladin mana regen. Mages are overpowered? Let's nerf Red Paladin mana regen. And we're also live, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lion. I'm the GM, and you might notice we don't have the normal set of characters here.
I killed him.
That's because, well, yes, in a way you did. We're doing a new adventure. So let's introduce everyone.
I got diseases.
I'm Father Crow, formerly Weiss, human cleric.
I'm Palm. I'm an elf artificer.
I'm Pim, used to be Watcher. I'm an elf sorcerer.
And I can't pronounce my new name. Gauthak.
Gothic. It's Gothic.
I'm the assassin formerly known as Aphan. But
I'm the
now
only
Gauthak.
chick in the party, so who I used to be should be pretty obvious.
Yeah, you're this one.
You're the only chick in the party?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Not with that voice.
Oh, my.
So, we are bringing in to you guys a new campaign starting today. So, for everyone's information, I will bring everyone to the world map and we'll get the thing started. Let me make mark over where you are.
Don't see it.
In space.
Space.
It's over far to the right.
Oh.
Yeah, I see it over there.
The party and adventures will begin in the kingdom of Ketten. Ketten is a very interesting place. As of recently, it's become somewhat politically unstable. Banditry is on the rise. There's some amount of unrest between the nobles and other people of high birth. Merchants, nobles, and a few others are sort of getting sour with each other. And more so, they're getting sour about the state of a close by nation, Wiesdorf. They are none too keen on how quickly it's growing in terms of economic power and the fact that it managed to shake off the terrible, terrible treaties that they forced them to sign after their previous conflict. With banditry on the rise, though, certain other things are starting to snowball out of control. With banditry on the rise, there is increase in crimes, but for a lot of you, that's not too much of an issue. Highford is sort of out of the way of most of the stuff. You still have the occasional banditry problems, but the Duke of the town has managed to keep, or the Duke of the duchy has managed to keep the location relatively safe and stable.
So you said that crime in the country as a whole is up?
Yes,
but
it is.
Not so much in Highford?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Also, it's not a duke, it's a baron. And it's a barony, not a duchy. Hi, hashtag Dan the Man.
Some things never change.
Yep. The past few months have been relatively peaceful. The thing of biggest note is that a royal envoy from Orland, a nearby nation, is going to be making their way through the town soon, on their way to the capital to take part in a tourney that the Queen of the Nation is hosting. So they expect several knights to come passing through, and potentially there will be knights from the Dominion of Samuela as well. But time has grown ever closer to the knight's arrival, and with that, the Baron has requested the presence of the priest, Father Crow, to greet them, and if the knights so could desire, provide with them confession and whatever religious services they might desire after their trip. as it's probably been over a month since they've had any sort of say or civil meetings and location. So he has called upon you by name, Father Crow. To he has a date. About a day from now, they should be arriving in the southern section of town. Will you attend to this?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
It's my duty to aid the people.
Pim and Palm, you have been tinkering about with your works, making sure, you have some coin and a place to stay. And there's some hubbub and news of a royal envoy arriving in the town soon. Other than that, it's probably the biggest event of the past year. Really, it's been relatively safe. There's been few problems with the buildings or anything like that. So it's been a safe and sound year.
Oh, Palm. What? Oh, wait, I'm Palm, aren't I?
I don't know. No, you're Pim.
You're Pim.
Oh, Palm. What a wonderful time to be alive. Have you heard about the knights coming?
I'm busy. I don't have time to go watch a bunch of stuffed shirts parade down the street.
I don't like that voice. I'm doing my normal voice.
No,
I
you need
like-
to stick to that voice. That voice is perfect.
I think he will kill his voice if he keeps trying to do that for the entire night.
Well,
It's
it's
a
not
muscle.
that. I get impatient. And I just have to talk like this. Well, Palm, I'm going to go welcome the people to our wonderful town.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Can you bring some bread and milk home when you get a chance?
Fine. Stay out of trouble today.
Gothak, it has been some time since you've last drawn your weapon in terms of fight, but you have heard tales of some wonderful fighters and knights going to be making their way through the town that you are near. Might be a good show to see what they're all about. After all, living in a hermit's cabin is kind of boring sometimes.
But people don't try to stab me there.
Well, only on Tuesdays. Every other day it's free to stab you. But now,
I guess he'll walk into town. I'm assuming that his little hut is about, I don't know, a really good distance away. Like,
yeah, I mean, there are a few, forbidding hills that you could use to make your hut. So it doesn't really have to be that far away, it's just inaccessible to most people.
At least he's not at the bottom of the ocean with Better Greg.
Better Greg still hasn't made it anywhere of note.
Better
You
Greg
say
does
they're
what he
mar- You say they're marching from Warland?
Yes.
From where? Oh. Yeah, he'll slowly walk there. He's not really in a hurry to go anywhere.
Okay.
He'll stop and he'll watch birds if they fly by. And, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he'll eventually, get there.
Yep. So eventually, a lot of the people who are going to the outskirts of town will make it there. Pim is not currently here. So, this is the south entrance to the town. No, it is not oriented correctly. I also don't care. You just sort of throw yourself about wherever you would like.
Alright, so which way? I'm assuming they're coming from over here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be... I figure, right over here.
Okay.
Got a good view.
And Palm is doing construction of this way.
Okay.
Galthak's gonna kind of not hide, but just make sure that he can see people, but they can't. They'd have a hard time seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm guessing that the town probably knows of him, but he's rather tall,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how that usually goes. There's a giant here. Let's throw rocks at him.
Oh.
So he's gonna just.
Just gotta watch out for someone named David with a sling.
Yeah. That guy's a dick. He's really good at throwing rocks.
First documented report of a critical hit.
Oh my god.
What?
That's gonna be really interesting too, because Palm is only 5'6".
He's 7'8".
I see what you did.
At 9/10 of an inch, 7 feet, 7 feet 8 inches and 9/10.
No, I'm gonna. Now he's 7'9" and 9/10, or 9/12, or 11/12. So he's a fraction of a foot off of 8 feet.
Well, after a few minutes, you start to see figures marching on the horizon. They are moving very quickly, and after about another 5 minutes, you can see that there are several well-armed and armored people coming to into the town, and a few of them are carrying, it looks like, a sling or a stretcher of some sort.
Oh, wait, like rock throwing sling or like
No,
body carrying?
body sling.
Oh, okay.
There is no Sir David here.
I was gonna leave. No.
As they make their way into the town, they sort of are in a hurry to try and get to somewhere. You can see that between two of them, they are carrying someone who's limping along. Looks like he might have lost or might have had a broken ankle or foot, like something like that. And the other two are carrying a full-on stretcher designed for carrying a person. The stretcher is filled with someone at the moment.
Oh, lucky for them, Father Crow is here with his bullshit heels.
There is a proper lady and her attending maid, also with the knights.
Crow would approach them slowly and stop before their envoy. His arms in his robes, he would bow to him and welcome the lords from Orland, and he'll address them. Welcome, noble heroes from Orland. I trust your... And then he would see that there's wounded and everything. He was like, "What has happened here?"
One of them will step forward and introduce himself as Sir Andus. He will say, "We were ambushed on the way here. A small group of bandits attacked us. 2 of my men," and he'll point to the one with the broken foot and the other in the sling, were wounded. And we have made our best time since then, but we fear that they might still be following us."
He would turn towards the attendants that came with him from the priory. "Sister, make haste to the priory. See that beds are made and clean linen ready for the wounded." He would turn back towards them and address, You may follow us to the priory. We'll see to your wounded and alert the knights on patrol here to support your troops."
God.
That was very loud.
That was my phone, sorry.
That was the attendants responding.
The attendants will, make haste towards the priory, and 2 of the knights who will introduce themselves as Sir Theri and Sir Neri will begin escorting their companion off. The lady and her attendant will follow. And Sir Andis and Sir Avich will stand here at the moment trying to are momentarily discussing a plan of action when an arrow shoots whizzing by down the street into the town. Yes, sir, a bitch.
Father Crow, do you need any assistance?
He would see you in the crowd. He's like, I'm guessing the crowd just like panicked and started running.
Yeah, the crowd is definitely very panicked at the moment.
Yeah, so as the crowd parts, you would see you like come out. It's like, oh, Pim, it's good to see you, but just not at this time. I think we better make for the Priory. Like, see what you can do with the guards if you can. I have to get these wounded treated.
Right away.
Well, after the arrow, there are 2 or 3 more, and eventually you see a small group of people rushing into the town through the gate. I should have made this map slightly larger so I could accommodate for something, so let's quickly do that. 18. So I can accommodate for the road. Okay. The group of ne'er-do-wells is about back here at the moment.
Do I notice them running towards the town?
Yes, you do.
And can I tell that like they're ruffians?
They are wearing various disarrayed clothing, and they are brandishing clubs and various other improvised weapons.
Okay. Then I guess there's only one thing to do in a case where people are threatening your home. Let's see.
And where are the city guards?
A few of them, or they are being summoned at the moment, but they're still probably a minute away. There were not actually many here. The town has a relatively small city guard. It hasn't had much need for one before. Of the roughly 5,000 people in the populace, there are about 30 guards. Split between night shift and day shift. There are 15 guards on duty, give or take, about at any given time. So, it's a big city for 15 guards to patrol, so they are still being summoned.
Alright, then I guess I'm going to attack them and hope that backup arrives in time. So I'm gonna try to pinpoint the guy who looks like they're in charge. So like this guy.
Yep.
And we're going to cast
Magic missile.
Acid Orb.
Ouch.
That will unfortunately miss horribly as he sort of dodges slyly out of the way.
Oh no. This is so much easier at school.
You got epic 1 for initiative.
Wow, Weiss doesn't get to go first.
Yeah,
Right
I have nothing but a D20 for initiative.
Same.
Would Palm eventually hear the commotion coming from the street? I mean, she is working outside.
Yes, she would hear the... Wow, you guys! She will eventually hear the commotion.
We are, yeah. I'm gonna have to take points from Khan and put it in Dex. and then get improved initiative.
Do you need a high dex to get improved initiative?
No, but
Oh.
Dex goes towards initiative.
Yeah, no, I know, but I was just saying, I thought it was a requirement for some strange reason.
No.
Palm, you can give us a... words. Initiative roll. Okay. Just use...
Huh. My roll didn't suck for a change. Of course.
Okay. The ruffian who appears to be in charge is the first to react. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He will move up and brandish a dagger at you, Pim, attempting to acquaint you. Whoops, I did that horribly wrong.
Hail, fail traveler. Stay a while and listen.
Fail is
Stay a
right
while-
right now.
Oh, there's a dagger.
He just threw acid at me. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, son of a...
11 versus AC.
Pim dodges the dagger. Ow.
He
Sounds like you need to dodge something in real life.
I didn't dodge my disc.
he swings in and swings too wide to get any real connection. Palm, you are starting to notice the goings-ons around you.
Okay, I start pushing through people, running towards the street, trying to figure out what's going on, knowing that, you know, my brother's out there, so...
Yeah, no, I just noticed that. I'm gonna reverse that initiative. Because that was, I did that wrong.
Uh-huh.
So, you get down here. You guys come right there. Alright. So you're out on the street. Anything else?
Let's see. When should I start counting, like, my speed, like, run turns and stuff like that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 7. That would have been probably 7. Your full move to get there, so.
Okay, so that's about as far as I can go this turn.
Mm-hmm.
But, from this distance... Okay, from this distance, I could still cast my Thundering Armor. My primary target will gain a +1 power bonus to AC until the end of my next turn, and make an attack. And the secondary target, one creature adjacent to the primary target in the burst. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and give him the Thundering Armor.
Okay.
What's that do? +1 to AC?
Yeah, +1 to AC, and the attack, it was only an 8.
That will miss all of his defenses.
Yeah, that's okay. At least he gets the +1 to AC, so...
Mm-hmm. Alright, the ruffians are up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So I literally run up behind him and I zap him with my, you know, some kind of electric device to power his armor, so...
Two ruffians that have made it up to you will attempt to swing their clubs at you. The first one swinging in, connecting, dealing a pretty negligible amount of damage. Good connection, bad hit. I'm assuming a 20 hits your AC.
Are we talking to me?
Yes.
Yes it does.
Okay.
How
And
much damage?
2 points.
Oh.
All in 2 points.
Tom, how long does that buff last?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
and a 15 versus AC.
That's also a hit.
Okay. The ruffian makes another connection. About as much power as the last one, so not really that much. Okay. The knights are up. They will begin 2, 3, 4. Moving off. And you will move in, drawing your sword, as the ladies will head off. You will hit him, and the amount of damage dealt is not important. Okay. Pim, you're up.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
I'm going to take the opportunity attack, and I'm going to move away.
Okay.
I can move through allies, right?
Yes, you can. Alright, the dagger will have hit. What about the club? The club will also hit. You will have taken a grand total of 10 damage as the raider slashes with his dagger and the ruffian swings with his club, both connecting as you sort of leave yourself open for the hit while walking away.
I'm going to target him.
Okay.
I'm using explosive pyre. 23 versus reflex.
That will hit.
So 12 points of damage. And any enemy that starts their turn next to him takes 1d6 damage. And I'll just roll that damage now.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, it's good to note that those ruffians will be of no importance. Because they start their turn next to him, and... No, they don't, because he can move. Right. Does this include enemies that move into a square adjacent to him, or no?
Yeah, if they move into a square adjacent to him, they also take their that damage.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Gothak.
You just see Gothak running in, like the ground shaking.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't like
God.
fighting. And he doesn't, it doesn't look like he has to. You guys have it under control. So I think he's just gonna maybe just stay there and not do anything.
Okay.
Nobody even knows he's there.
Hmm.
I
'Cause
thought
in
he
theory-
liked fighting. I mean, isn't that why he came to the town?
No. He came to town because he's probably been out of town for about like 6-7 months. So you should probably go back there.
Oh, I
Right.
thought he came to check out the fighters.
He completely hates fighting. Let's see. Yeah, I could get there. I could end this fight.
Do it.
Huh. Oh wait, I
wait,
took a different one.
You're after me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I run back and I throw my spell out, I look over and I guess I see him. And I'm taken back for a second, and then I'm like, "Please, sir, can you help us? They're overpowering the gate."
And he's kind of got like one of those like, not bored, but kind of like the half-lidded look. It's just like, kind of like he's half asleep. So I'll go there.
Oh.
And he's gonna wind up with his giant fuck off maul.
McGuire swings for the fences.
16.
That will hit him very much.
And he hits
And then
Rihanna.
he ends up. Well, he could go here, but I only want him to go back one.
Okay. Is there any damage with this or no?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Just set up some macros.
So I wind up and for like an uppercut, but with a mace into his like chin, and he goes
Ow.
flying backwards for 19.
Holy crap.
I think he just knocked his lower jaw up into his brain.
I think his grandchildren felt that.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else?
He's marked.
Okay.
Do
Do you have any particular buff you want to be the mark or no?
any buff? It's
Like
just
the
it's-
little mark thing that I put on the token.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Oh my god. Of course, the
Should
one
be.
time I need it, that stupid thing at the bottom doesn't show up.
Yeah,
There.
no, I love that.
This one,
Okay.
because I hit him with the flex.
What?
Now I've got to actually find that one. Where the hell is that?
Scroll down.
Oh, there it is.
So I'm taking my notes again from Pim's perspective.
I guess I'll action point. Oh, by the way, he's also slowed.
Oh, okay.
And can't shift.
You really have a scorched earth policy, don't you?
The what?
Scorched earth policy.
Yeah. Cleave
I
Okay.
love it.
on this guy.
Alright.
And he still looks like this guy that's looking at him sees an almost 8 foot tall guy just whale him in the mouth, and the other dudes like they look at him and he looks completely like yeah. Oh, crit.
Jesus.
So 12 plus 5 plus 7,
I see.
24.
and then 5 and 5 and 5.
You have ended the fight, just like you said you could.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna put his maul back in his sheath on his back, and just go, excuse me. He's gonna go back to where he was.
I call out to him. Thank you, kind sir. How may I ever repay the favor?
Palm's just looking at him with her mouth hanging open like, that guy's huge.
You have heard tales of once upon a time in this area there being giants who lived here, but that was long, long ago.
We thought they
Yeah,
were
but
just...
actually
Wait,
seeing
how
one
long
up
ago?
close-
In excess of 2,000 years ago?
Oh.
Oh my god, Palm is gonna have so many questions for this guy. She's gonna follow him.
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
No, stop that. Stop that.
No.
And I'm like, Palm, leave the man be. So I'm gonna chase after Palm, who's chasing after Gothic.
No, it got worse. There's 2 of them now.
Sir Annis will begin collecting the ruffians and seeing which ones are still alive and which ones aren't. The ruffian is, or the raider is not alive. The ruffians, thankfully, are. So we can get some amount of.
They are?
The ruffian. Oh no, yeah, no. The 3 of the ruffians are not. One of them is.
I was gonna say, this guy I crit.
Yeah, no, he's not alive anymore.
I
was gonna
cleaved
say,
him
I
in
think
half
you put
with a
his-
mace.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Come back! I have so many questions for you.
No, leave me alone.
Sir
I
Annis.
thought Crow would kneel down next to the half-dead human. Or I think it's a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you like kneel down to him and say, we'll take him into our custody as well. So you can interrogate him after he regains consciousness.
Sir Andis will nod and begin begin heading off after his other knights as well to see them to the priory. And they will head off to the priory.
I suppose Pim would eventually catch Palm.
I'm assuming I would, and I'd like leave him be, sister. He doesn't wish to be disturbed. You're always getting yourself into trouble.
I can take care of myself. You know how long it's been since giants have been in this area? I have to ask him where he came from.
Maybe if you've... I'm trying to think, hold on.
He's gonna say, if I tell you where I came from, you just show up there.
Where he comes from is not our business. He's just trying to live his life like we are.
But think of the opportunity. He could be the last of his kind. We could learn so much.
If he
Crow
wishes
would,
to be just... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So Crow would walk back towards the group of people, that you three, and he would say, "Pim, Pom, say, I'll need your assistance with this. We have to get this man back to the priory. As for you," he like looks at him, but he doesn't know your name yet. So he's like, "I thank you, stranger, for your assistance. It's like if you need rest or food, you're welcome to come as well."
He's like, yeah.
And that said, he would flag down his assistants from the priory, who probably came back by now.
Mm-hmm.
And they would start tending to the bodies of the fallen and moving the injured man to the church.
You can fairly easily, between the lot of you, move the injured man to the priory. When you make it in, you do see that the knights have begun tending to their own. The man with the broken foot is more than likely going to pull through. However, the other man is still in grave condition. It looks like his fever that he had from the wounds he's received while out in the wild have becoming infected, and his fever is growing very, very bad, or very much worse.
He would stand alongside of his bed, look down at him, and holding the symbol of Palor, which is like a sun with the center piece empty, just like a hollow ring.
1 second, I'm being called for.
Okay.
I just keep a firm grasp on Palm so she doesn't squiggle her way away.
She's so excited.
And while Pim is also super interested in the giant fighter, he refuses to let it show. Feed into Palm's hyper intensity.
I'm back.
He would hold the holy symbol on his chest with one hand, and then the other one he would place it over the injured wound, chanting under his breath a prayer to Palor, and then heal him.
Okay. It does help deal with some of the issues. He's still not out of the woods just yet. Though given some actual time as for bed rest and proper care, he will more than likely recover. Doesn't look like there would be any room for terrible long-term ailments from this, though. So, he might have, a little shortness of breath, but he can still probably function as a knight.
It's a good thing Palm wasn't there at the time, because she probably would just inject him with all kinds of big long needles to fix him.
Is this guy still laying in the street then?
No,
Or did he get taken?
he was the guy you guys took up to the priory with you.
Okay.
His wounds are not as severe. It looks like Sir Andis used great amount of restraint when he was fighting him. It looks like he was intentionally trying to take him alive.
Mm.
He would, Crow would turn towards turn towards the knight Andis.
I will bring all
Tell us about your travels here. Were these bandits following you the whole way?
me tokens about so you can see all their names. Andis will turn and say, no, it was within the past 3 days that we started to see the bandits. 2 days ago they had they made their attack. We thought, since we were a highly armed and at the time horsed group of knights, we would be left to our business, but a group of 12 or so, maybe more, ambushed us along the road. They had everything set up. They had some people with crossbows shooting their quarrels at us. Startled our horses. Most of them were just riding mounts, not our war horses, so they scattered the horses through some of the riders, and from there it was sort of a long and unfortunate fight.
I see.
So after we fought them off, some of them came back and pestered us again for the past day, and then today I guess the small band was all that was left still chasing us.
If you need any of my aid, and if you want to send some men back, we can go out and search for any of the missing troops.
He'll shake his
There
head.
could be some survivors.
He'll shake his head. The group of us, the two injured and the group, or the lot of us, are the only ones that we know for certain did survive, or are the ones who survived. We only lost 3 men. We gave them a proper burial after we'd fought off the attack. The horses, however, are probably lost forever.
I see. It's a pity we have to live in such times. You're welcome to stay here as long as you wish. You'll be cared and provided for.
Well,
And
not.
when you feel ready to, you should talk to the Archbishop and discuss further tactics with the Lord of Hillford. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go and tend to the wounded.
He'll nod. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I'm
We're
not
at the
holding
priory too, right?
Yep, you would have helped him bring the wounded man back.
And did the giant come with us?
I do not know.
Yeah, he said he'd feed me.
Feed me, Seymour.
Well, I'm not
Right.
holding on to Palm any longer.
I'm in a
Have it.
corner. I'm in a corner. Hopefully, underline that, bold, italics, uppercase, caps lock. Hopefully, by myself. Just eating.
See, Palm's trying to do that subtle thing, where she just does little gestures and tries to get closer and closer to where Gothic is. Just, idling her way over there.
As soon as she gets within 10 feet, every time he goes, no, go away.
That wouldn't help your case. Not with Palm.
Crow would approach Pam and look him over. It's like, how are your wounds doing?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I'm gonna say I'm fine. I used some healing salves or something. Whatever. What? Out of character. I don't know what healing surges would be in character. So, like,
mythical reserves of energy. That's basically what they are.
I'm gonna say I bandaged myself. I'm like, no, father. My wounds weren't serious. A few bandages and I'm all right. Thank you, though.
It's been a while since you two visited. I wish that it would have been on happier circumstances. And then he would like move on towards treating the other wounded.
Sorry, well, I've been really busy. Unlike someone, and she'd turn and look at Pim, just kind of give him that disappointed look.
I have been studying extremely hard to master my craft.
What? Still here?
And there's plenty of work to do around town. I've been very busy.
He would smile at the both of them and say, "It's like, well, this might interest you, Palm. We got some new tomes in from the the passerby merchants. Maybe you can look them over. Provided you, of course, bring back the books you've already borrowed." And then he keeps walking.
If this was really excited, the prospect of the new books, so she would immediately abandon her current inquiry into the giant to follow him.
But it didn't take much.
She gets distracted easily.
I can't wait until the first time you visit, like, a ruin of something.
Oh, you don't even know.
Some amount of time will pass, roughly about 2 hours, when a figure will enter the priory. You're all vaguely aware of who it is. It's a human male. He stands about 5'8". He's kind of balding at this point. His hairline is beginning to recede. He's mostly gives off a jovial and happy sense about him. He's a little bit portly. He's currently wearing noble's finery. And you recognize him as Baron Thomas Drythay. He is the Baron of Highford.
It is good to see you, my lord. I could understand what brings you here, and I trust. I'll vouch for our priory's ability to heal the sick. We also have, as you've probably heard by now, obtained one of the survivors. He is currently in our custody and our care. I'm sure. Was it Andus?
Yes, Sir
Is that
Andus.
his name? Sir, I'm sure Sir Andus will be eager to talk to you as well.
He'll nod and say, which of you were here, or which of you were there at the attack, or when the attack happened?
And Pim will slowly raise his hand.
I was present at the events as well, as was, and then he would kind of turning motion towards Palm if she's there.
He'll nod and say, well, seeing as how there is a bounty on bandits, I have come to dispatch that bounty. He will procure a sack of coins for each of you, and he will walk over and hand them to each of you. And let me tell you how many there are in each bag. Oops. Quartermaster. Level 1, Party 4, submit. I love it when you give me nice, even numbers. Oh wait, you didn't give me any nice, even numbers. Okay, there it is. Each pouch contains 45 gold, so each of you will have received 45 gold. And he begins talking with Sir Andus.
Garthak is gonna sigh and go, getting paid to kill again. And he's gonna just go back to eating.
the injured ruffian is beginning to come to at this point.
Palm's gonna punch him.
I see. Okay. He is no longer coming to.
I'm just like, ugh, Palm. Always so quick to act. Slow down.
He interrupted my work. No one interrupts me while I'm working.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Just kind of lets out a deep sigh, and then asks you both to leave so he can see if this man is all right.
Now you've done get us kicked out, Palm. Way to go.
He would turn towards Palm and is like, I'm sure Father Maxwell in the library would be eager to see you anyway.
Oh! She just remembered the books, so she skipped off, completely forgetting about the ruffians altogether.
He would look towards Ken and say, you're free to go as well if your injuries are better. We should meet up later, catch up on